It is night. It is for Halloween. Makes noise. But there is a tap at the window. No one there. Again at the other window. But no one is there either. Surprise, surprise. It is Father with pumpkins, Indian corn, and straw. Everything we need for Halloween decoration. Julie wants to know what the straw is for. To cover the roses with and keep them warm during the winter. The whole family is getting ready to make the jack-o'-lantern. Peter has finished his cat mask, and Julie brings paper to keep the table clean. And now Father is back and we are all together. Uh-oh, what is Peter up to? He is trying to scare Shep with his cat mask. And Shep doesn't like to be teased. I'm sure Peter wouldn't like someone to tease him. Father has a pump out and is working on the face. Shep wants to know what this is all about. And in goes his nose. Hey, get away from here, says Father. A very sad, sorry, spooky-looking jack-o'-lantern. Sad.
Sorry. Spooky.
Now comes the best part. Everyone goes to turn out a light. Now. And Shep does not like the jack-o'-lantern with a lighted candle in it. Lights on. Everybody laughs at Shep. But now it is bedtime. Tomorrow is Halloween. But for Shep, the scary part of Halloween has already begun. All night he watches a sad, sorry, spooky jack-o'-lantern. The next day is a dull one for Shep. Mother has gone to school to bring Julie and Peter home for lunch, and Father is at work. And the jack-o'-lantern is not scary in the daytime. But there is Peter's cat. Pete Shep with that. And so Shep tears the scary mask apart. There's the outside door. Peter sees his mask, or what is left of it. And there's no time to make a new one, because the costume parade is right after lunch. But Mother is sure there is some way to get Peter a new costume. Now let's see. There's the needle and thread. Oh, Shep, you're such a bad dog. Now Peter won't have a chance to win the prize for the best costume. Mother tells Peter that she has an idea. Peter, get the rag bag. Julie, run upstairs and get my makeup box. Now the Mexican hat. Quickly now, only half an hour left. A long length of colored cloth. Gloves, and now, and last, the straw hat. A lady scarecrow. What a fine costume parade with Mother, Julie, and Shep watching. There's a witch, a cat, and a clown. Every different kind of costume. But Peter's Lady Scarecrow is the best. It is so funny and so different. The first prize for Peter is a box of balloons. And Peter calls all the other children to share his prize. Balloons for everyone. Everyone blows up a balloon. And then... Shep is happy that he helped Peter win. Peter is very happy. Yes, Halloween is fun.
Wow, watching Halloween Party by Encyclopaedia Britannica Films from 1953 is like stepping into a time machine. It's fascinating to see how Halloween was celebrated back then, especially compared to the extravagant ways we celebrate today. This film is a perfect example of the mid-1900s American culture, and it really reflects the simplicity and creativity that shaped holiday traditions in the post-war era. Let's break down some of the things that really stand out. First, the family dynamic here is so interesting. It's clear that Halloween was a very family-oriented holiday. Today, a lot of Halloween celebrations are about going all out with parties, haunted houses, or even competitive costume contests. But in the 1950s, it was really about spending time together at home. The dad carving the pumpkin, the mom helping with costumes, even the dog getting in on the fun. It's a heartwarming glimpse into family life back then. The homemade costumes are another thing worth highlighting. Did you notice how the little boy was turned into a lady scarecrow with just a few simple materials? His mother even used a Mexican hat, which speaks volumes about how easily people incorporated different cultural symbols into costumes, something that we'd probably approach differently today with more cultural sensitivity. Back then, though, it was all about making do with what you had and getting creative. No store-bought costumes here. And speaking of creativity, I love how the father's pumpkin carving scene was shot, especially that disembodied hand carving the face. It's almost spooky in itself, and adds a bit of unintentional eeriness to what was otherwise a playful family film. Even the dog growling at the jack-o'-lantern felt like a precursor to the role pets play in today's Halloween celebrations, like dressing them up in costumes. Another thing worth reflecting on is the community aspect. Later in the film, we see the kids proudly showing off their costumes and blowing up balloons in the schoolyard. Halloween at the time was about sharing the joy with your neighbors, and it seems like the entire community was involved. There's something nostalgic about that schoolyard scene where kids gather together to celebrate, maybe a reminder of simpler times before social media and smartphones changed the way we share our holiday experiences. Now, from a broader cultural perspective, this film also tells us a lot about the role of media during this period. This was an era when films like this one were made to educate and entertain, often shown in classrooms or at community events. Encyclopaedia Britannica Films was known for producing educational films, and even though this is a light-hearted one, it still serves as a piece of cultural education. It shows us what values were emphasized at the time: family, community, creativity, and simplicity. Looking back, it's hard not to compare this with the more commercialized, sometimes overwhelming, Halloweens we have now. It raises the question, have we lost something along the way? There's a charm in the DIY spirit of this film, the kind of charm that's harder to find in today's mass-produced, consumer-driven holiday landscape. So, what do you think? Watching these old films can really change the way we view our own celebrations. Have our traditions evolved for the better, or is there something from these simpler times that we should bring back? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear how your family celebrates Halloween and if you've noticed any changes over the years. If you enjoyed this look back at vintage Halloween, be sure to like and subscribe for more content that dives deep into the history of holidays, pop culture, and everyday life from decades past. I'll be sharing more gems like this, breaking them down and exploring how our traditions have transformed over time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.